Hey, anybody who ends up wandering into this, just doing some gutting of this quad. This is one of the race quads that I never really, it's just too heavy, too much weight. I already live streamed today, so this is just kind of an informal thing. I got the camera running while I'm working. You guys popping in here? Nice to see you. Let me just kind of shoot the shit while we're in here. This one, I got my other race rig built up. If you guys are following along from earlier, she's all torn apart, put back together. Really the only thing I did to this one was put tracer into it. So we're all good there. I had to draft up a antenna mount for the front of it. I'll eventually put that on the old Thingiverse, but this one's pretty much set. I still got to tune it and whatnot, but just kind of put it together. Watching Mars Attacks, well, hopefully this is a little bit better than Mars Attacks. This one here, I don't like anything about this quad. It's too heavy. I mean, I like the frame. Yeah, there we go. That's all I got. That's all I got for it. I like the frame. Motors, these Felix 2207s, they be far too heavy. They gotta go. It's got 30 by 30 ESC. That's gotta go. This camera, honestly, that's too big. Gotta go. Trying to cut some weight here. You and me both, said the quad. This is the Pyro Cube. I really enjoyed flying this frame. It flies very different than a traditional frame for some reason. But this one has the old crossfire on it. And I'm gonna go with tracer. Even though I don't currently have a tracer receiver for this build. One's in the mail. Actually, I do have one. I just have to steal it off of something else. I'll probably end up doing that while I'm waiting. But yeah. Hey, Eric Allen, how you doing, man? Welcome back. Box arms. This frame, not only is it tougher in nails, it flies extraordinarily well. It flies like it's on rails. I don't really have any other better way to explain it, but she flies really good. Let's start another print real quick. The beauty of having a 3D printer is if you don't have it, you make it. Yeah, I spent about 30 minutes and kind of just drafted up my own tracer antenna mount for this frame. Figure while I'm working, I might as well I'll see what you guys got going on today. Had a good evening with the family. Worked out a little bit. Had a good dinner. Watched a movie with the kid. We watched Up. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's kind of an older Disney flick. Good movie. Oh, let's see. Bought a Crossfire Nano receiver from TBS, and now they're coming out with Immortal T kind of glued with some black rubbery stuff on. Also has an FCC sticker. Never had it before. Yeah, so TBS is finally now adhering to FCC regulations, which is kind of what FR Skies had to do with EU. That's why D8's dead, because it's not legal in the EU. I think part of the FCC certification is that the antenna is not removable. So that's why they have to put the glue on it. That's also why the new transmitters have like that little shroud around the SMA. Yeah, the movie's a little on the sad side. Definitely starts the conversation of what would you do if I was gone. And of course the kid fell asleep like 3/4 of the way through it, but whatever. Oh, I gotta deal with this mess again. I like this frame, it's kind of a bastard to build in. It's not an easy build. The ESC is not co-located with the flight controller, it's underneath the flight controller. It's ESC, which is also earmarked for another build. Up. Up was the movie we watched. See, that's why a Prusa costs as much as it does. Is I literally told it to start and walked right away. I don't even sit there and I don't hang out to even see what happens. Just start it and walk away. So I know it's gonna work. Yeah, Disney and Pixar. I think they're the same. Yeah, so now I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty much scrapping everything about this build. Chappelle, hey, how's it going, man? Welcome. It's just a real loose, informal thing. Feel like I'm being blown out by this light here. Try to turn this down. That better? There we go. What'd you end up building? I'm curious. Ah, cool. These motors, they gotta go. They are too heavy and don't put out the power that I was hoping that they would. I mean, they're powerful enough, they're just far too heavy. This quad weighs a ton. And for my race builds, I don't use 30x30 anymore. It's just a lot of extra weight. This ESC will, however, live on in my glide build that I got planned. This is going to end up being a Flight 1 build. Got one of the Flight 1 H7s. Really kind of excited to give that guy a try. Yeah, it's very modular design the way this frame works out. So, I mean, like, it comes apart in, like, sections. It's kind of neat. I'm not really building anything right now. I'm actually tearing apart. This is a PyroCube frame. They had a bunch of like scrap electronics in just to kind of get a frame built up. It was a big, heavy 30 by 30 stack, some heavy ass motors. Not really what I want to race with, but I want to. I'm repurposing the ESC for a glide build, which is fine. This frame will end up having a Acon ESC, a Flight 1 H7 flight controller, some Brother Hobby UC4 motors. So I'm trying to turn this into a better race build. It was kind of my backup build. You know, if I smashed one build, then I had this one sitting in the wings. Oh, you've got a PyroCube. Cool. Do you like it? I'm kind of curious. I happen to really enjoy my PyroCube. Things I don't like about the PyroCube is there's a lot of hardware and standoffs and just miscellaneous stuff that ends up coming loose all the time. And of course, I didn't Loctite anything on this. So I'm going to go through and rectify all those issues. And I'm not working at my normal workbench. This is kind of like my whole streaming area that I've been doing live streams from lately. Started working on a new layout for everything here. I haven't quite gotten it set up the way I like it, but I figured I'd try to have a couple different layouts just to keep things a little fresh. I'm definitely going to keep the on-screen chat. I very much like that because I don't have the YouTube window up. All I have is my OBS preview with the live stream, which I honestly see my chat faster in the OBS preview than I do in the YouTube chat box. I have no idea why. Hayward Hunt. I have a UZ65 whoop that during flying with just periodically turned to the left for no reason. Oh geez, a couple things. Most likely your ESC is dying, but it could be a weird twitch on the yaw gimbal of your radio. But with those flight controllers, most likely that's the case. Make sure nothing's loose. Make sure you don't have any hardware flopping around. Actually, a Radix 2 flight controller was a breeze to solder up, very clean layout, time well tell, but I might be a Brain FPV fan. I've only used one Brain FPV stack. It was for one of my Patreon or one of my Discord members, Celis. I don't know if you've seen him on YouTube. He's got some neat stuff going on. I did a build for him. Yeah, he sent me stuff. I just told him what to spec out, and we did the Radix build, and it was a very good flying flight controller. So here's the ESC I'm using. This is the Acon 32 Pro. This old heat stink's gotta go though. Yeah, man, I want to peel this heatsink off, but I don't really want it to. M3 hardware, thank goodness. I am so sick of dealing with M2 hardware. I hate M2 hardware. I don't know, usually I peel these heat sinks off, get rid of them. This guy's on there though. Screw it, I'll leave it on. I don't want the extra weight. Now the Radix flight controllers they were like the go-to for all the X-Class quads. Kind of wish I would have went with one in my X-Class. I went with an iFlight setup, just because it was kind of being funded and sponsored by Banggood and iFlight, so that's what I went with. Flies pretty good. Like all X-Class, it just perpetually always needs tuning. Yeah, I picked up a used glide frame from, what's his name? Speedy Turtle. I traded him a Tiny Hawk 2 for that. Rick Spada, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a track for you for next weekend. It's pretty tough to do. I'm going to work on doing one, but don't know if it'll be done in time for next weekend. Man, no worries, man. No worries. No worries at all. We'll figure something out. In the last couple tracks we did, we just randomly threw up stuff. Someone just grabbed a gate, go stick it in a field somewhere, and that's kind of what we ran with. We called it potpourri. Potluck style. But yeah, designing a track it's tough. Once you do one, the next one's easier. Kind of get a feel for the flow of things. No worries at all. So I'm using Vibratite VC3. This is like Loctite, just good. If you're still using the old Loctite 242 or whatever, once you're done using that stuff and you've used it all up, you can step up your game and go to this Vibratite stuff. This is the stuff you should be using. Except for the bottle gets really hard to open after you use it a few times. So I don't actually have a tracer receiver for this build. I've got one in the other build. I've got one in my 533, so there ain't no way in heck I'm pulling that out. That was a pain in the butt to put in there. And I've got one in my little range test bench thing. That's probably where I'll snag this one from. I got one coming. It's just not here. I would have bought this without without the heat sink on it. So if I got it on like a Black Friday clearance type thing from RDQ. Really hope I don't break it. Yee. Yeet. There we go. How much weight is that I just saved? Take guesses, guys. What do you think? Three and a quarter grams? It's fine by me. I mean, yeah, it's nice to have it, but I don't think I need it. Not necessary, in my opinion. I won't be getting anywhere near this thing's max. Of course, I talk about wanting to save weight, but yet I'm using this fancy hardware. I guess that makes sense, does it? Yeah, this is a really good ESC. I'm hoping iFlight doesn't, not iFlight, but Flight 1 doesn't turn into a smoldering mess. So, iFlight's kind of getting that reputation of what KISS had a few years ago. You know the old saying, how do you know when KISS is working? Is it on fire? No? Well, that's working. There we go. Not too shabby. Every gram counts. You're 100% correct. Not only does every gram count, but every gram you save is a little bit less that's going to get destroyed. Or makes it a little less likely that it gets destroyed when you crash. Come on. Dropping everything right now. I do like how a lot of these ESC manufacturers are putting these mounting holes in for capacitors and whatnot. I'm hoping that fits under the frame. That is gonna just barely clear it. Very nice. Heat shrink. Let's see, Rick Cepeda, where do you get those thread-on spacers using? Pyrodrone sells them. If you're willing to wait for what they are, they're fairly expensive. If you're willing to wait a bit of time, you can get them off of AliExpress, like dirt cheap. Like you can get a dozen for what Power charges for 4. Put a little heat shrink on these cap legs here. Let's see if I can find you a link for that. They sell them for like M2 and M2 and M3. Here's M2 stuff. Keeping those legs bare? No, man. I'm gonna cover them up. I've certainly left them bare before. That's for darn sure. But no, I'm gonna cover them. I'm not so super concerned about race builds for stuff like that, because if you're gonna wad them up and they're gonna catch on fire, you're gonna be close. Acro builds where you might be somewhere you're not supposed to be or may not be able to recover the quad, then I tend to be way more careful about my build, about how I set things up. Go heat shrinky that. There we go. Yeah, it is very tight build. This frame definitely capitalizes on trying to keep everything like really low profile and tight into the center of everything. I haven't tried to use this Sequire soldering iron to like do main discharge leads, XT60s yet, but I don't see why it should have any issues. Like I said on the last stream, this isn't my normal, oh shit, I don't want to do that. This isn't my normal like bench soldering iron. This is like my field iron, but I'm kind of working in a different location than where I would normally build this. You know, I haven't changed the firmware on this. This seems to be working just fine. I wish it would go up a little bit hotter. The most it'll do is 750. I'd like to get up to about 850. You know how I am. Like to go in hot. I could use up my travel solder. Get some off the spool. Oh, I put this frame together backwards. Damn it. That's alright, I can fix it. I think I did the same thing in the last two builds as well. There's retention holes back here for running a zip tie through your XT60 or through your discharge leads. I put it on backwards again. That's okay. At least I caught it early. how is everybody doing out there tonight? This is what I got going on a Saturday night. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Mr. Billy, my apartment's like conformal coating. And what did she say when you told her, oh, I was conformal coating my electronics? Did you use a ultraviolet light when you installed your conformal coating? Oh, you got the non-UV stuff. Okay. I think probably the only ESC I hear better things about is probably the Hobby Wing. Let's go with pink today, guys. No, it doesn't fit. That's what she said? I think if I were going to switch up which frame I use, the next one will probably be the switchback. I really like this frame. I screwed that up. Hate wasting zip ties, damn it. Oh, Boots, man. Sorry to hear about that. Sorry, man. Strapelli, definitely a potent smell. Should be more ventilated next time. You know, last time I Duracoated a radio, I didn't wear a respirator, and I was spraying it with a small airbrush, and I was like, ah, this ain't bad. I walked outside, got something to drink, came back into the garage, and I was like, ooh, yeah. This is going to make me dumber. Hoping this is short enough. Everything will fit together. Go to voicemail. I block you so I don't raise hell. Should've talked through it in detail. Our separate ways ain't gon' end well. No, but when we get back, it's like oh my, all bad all day, but the night I get that good till we act right. So tell me what we on today, babe. I could keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. Oh, plenty of room, look at that. I got ESC sandwich. Yeah, it's a box frame. Here's one that's built up. It's the PyroCube frame. Its original name was the Legato. It was used not last year, but the year prior by the Heart of America multi-GP race team. It was kind of like their go-to frame design, whatever. RDQ put their own little changes to it, but in essence, it's the Legato frame. And I really like it. It's not the latest frame. It does fly extremely well. It gets in people's way for sure. So it just appears to be massive when you fly by it in a race. It's got a pretty big presence to it. But it does fly really well, and in my experience, it's been extremely durable. It is a bit on the heavy side, so you got to be careful what parts you put into it, so you don't make a big heavy turd, which is what happened to this frame, or this particular build, is it turned into a big heavy turd, and I'm trying to correct that now. Changing out the electronics. The motors for sure are a big point where you want to save a lot of weight. Not only does it make it lighter and fly better, but it'll also make it more robust in a crash. Reduce that laden weight on the end. Let's see. Anyone use that truck bed liner paint? I have an old pickup and getting ready to paint the whole thing in it. I've never used it for actually doing a truck bed. I've used it for a lot of other things. I've always found that the DIY spray on bed liners, they just aren't the same as like rhino lining or doing like a what's the other one, Linex type liner. They apply those hot, I think, and they just seem to really hold it to a lot of abuse. I mean, I've dug little holes inside my my Linex liner a few times, and you know, all you gotta do is take it back to them. They're like, okay, we'll fix it. They don't charge for repairs. Yeah, the frame I was flying before this was the Floss 3 Lite. Really like that frame. The arms broke, always in the same spot. I've sheared a couple of those aluminum, those CNC aluminum frame base plates. It was a good frame. I think when Kebab stopped designing them, they kind of went in a different direction. The switchback, the 533 switchback, that's another really good contender for a frame. It certainly would be a lighter build on this. If you grips Rhino line edition, yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot if you look up Pyrocube. I don't think this ended up being a very popular frame. And also, I like different, is what I like. I like different. Everybody's flying a Floss, everybody's flying a 533 switchback. Ain't nobody flying this thing. I'm curious how much these motors weighed. I know they were kind of on the heavy side. 36, and where are, oh, I don't have them. Grab a couple motors. This Brother Hobby UC2207 is what's going to go on this. Uh, 36 and a half, 31 and a half. That's a big weight difference. These Felix motors are tanks. It's 5 grams an arm. It's 20 grams I'm going to save on this quad just by swapping the motors out. That's a huge difference, man. That is an enormous difference. I was talking to Belmont FPV a while back, and he suggested using all aluminum hardware for just about everything on it. I have mixed feelings on aluminum hardware. On one hand it's light, on the other hand it tends to shear. But he said the biggest place to use the aluminum hardware on this build is definitely on the motor screws, since these do use some pretty long motor screws. These motor screws are actually a little on the long side. I don't know if I'm going to use these. Might be a little too long. Yeah, it's a little too long. I don't like that. How long are these motors? What's the frame weigh? I don't remember. The Acrobat frame. It's a good frame for what it's designed for, what its purpose is. 16 mil screws, so that's something shorter. Boxes and boxes and boxes of hardware here. I think these are the same length. Yep. The Acrobat frame is heavy, but I think, based on, it's designed to have that clean and dirty section, and you need some mass there to make that concept work. And I think they strike a good balance. So I'm going to switch all this 18 or 16 millimeter long hardware out for those are 18s, right? 18s or 16s? 16s. Okay, I'm going to switch all the 16 out to 14. Aluminum. May or may not be a good idea. Who knows? I'm sorry, I'm getting a ton of engagement. Should be enough. $40 on each build. I actually found a really good retailer for kind of specialty screws. It's called Fasteners Express. They do charge quite a bit for shipping, but it's pretty much the same shipping price no matter what you order, so stock up. Aluminum screws are, like you say, significantly more expensive. Pro Bolt, yeah, that's another good one. Fasteners Express, I think they're close to me. I usually get everything a day or two. And I definitely reuse hardware too. Save everything. Kind of neurotic about that. But these motors, these UC4 motors, or these UC 2207 motors, if you ever heard of Mini Quad Test Bench, I think the guy's name is Ryan Harold. He basically bench tests damn near every motor that comes out. He's got some really neat interactive charts and stuff like that. He has said that these Brother Hobby motors are weight to power second to only the 533 motors that Evan Turner designed. So that's pretty good, and these are like half the price. Budget motors with no budget features. Like, though I think the only thing that's budget on them is they have square magnets instead of arc magnets, titanium shaft, big bearings, screw retainers for the bells. I mean, they've got everything. They're just cheap. And the cheaper these are, the more I can afford to push myself to fly harder and not have to worry about breaking the bank when I break something. These Velux motors, these things were a little on the expensive side. I mean, nothing ridiculous, but they were definitely more expensive. They're heavy. They perform well, but 20 gram saving, that's That's a lot. That is a lot. I should have weighed this before I started tearing it apart. I'm an idiot. Actually, no. Before I started tearing it apart, I didn't have a flight controller in it anyways, so I didn't have all the pieces in it. Wait, weren't I live earlier? Yep, I was live earlier. I'm just continuing on the saga of getting these race quads built, and I've figured I'd spark up the old live machine and see if anybody want to hang out. And look at y'all. There's 15 of you here. And with 9 likes, that don't make no sense. This is just kind of a bonus stream. I'm not even going to plug my website, tweetfbb.com, or my Patreon or Discord or anything like that. I'm just here, just shooting the shit. I'm not doing this one standing on a one wheel this time, though. Mike Bergman, how you doing, buddy? Welcome back. As you see, I have nothing better to do on a Saturday night. But there's really nothing I'd rather do. So Rob Logan, if you just got here, this is the one I said I was taking the Velux motors off of because they were heavy. I just weighed them up, and the weight savings I'm getting between the Velux and these Brother Hobby UC4s is 20 grams. 20 grams. That's pretty big, especially being outside on the ends of the arms or in the quarter of the cube, if you want to think of it in that terms. That's a lot of weight. I think the weather's supposed to be a little bit nicer tomorrow around here. Might get out and get a chance to fly. Go for a one-wheel ride with the kid. She's not quite there at one wheel and outside of the basement. She'll go ride her bicycle and I'll tag along with her. Got to install my fangs on my XR. Oh, I got rid of the sticker bomb that I did on the side of my pint. The pint is now officially her one wheel. We picked out sidekicks for it. Picked out sidekicks for it. We went and replaced those today. Not really a big fan of the Float Life sidekicks. They don't fit very well on the pint. Do you ever wonder where all your hardware went when you're building a quad? Check your motor bells. Oh, that already feels a lot lighter. Already feels lighter. Man. Winter storm warning already? Okay, so we pulled the old sticker bomb off of there that I did. I put down some really thick, heavy-duty tape on the board, and then put the sticker bomb over it, so it peeled right off. Clean it up with some isopropyl. So this part didn't fit very well. The cutouts for the charge port and the power button, if you line one up, the other one doesn't quite fit right. But it turned out really good, and they're reflective too, which is kind of nice. Love that sticker. Yeah, so we had fun doing that. So I got that on there. It's hard to find things that we have fun doing together lately, but definitely bike riding, the one-wheel stuff. I've been trying to get her into the drone thing. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to take. She hasn't quite shown a whole lot of interest in it, which is fine. But she definitely. So she's been flying her Easy Pilot around, and she likes flying it. She doesn't really think to fly it. There's a lot that has to happen, you know. Like, you got to have the battery charged. You can't just like on a whim go fly it, you know. I've made a few videos with her. Little Stellar Fox, she did a Fly Like a Girl competition, and I entered her in there, but she was disqualified because I didn't show stick cam. Whatever. No biggie. So we never really did anything with it. My daughter wants me to publish that video live. I probably will one of these days. It's nothing spectacular, but she had fun doing it. I've been holding off and doing my review of the FPV Crate Sub 250 build for the first 6-month period. I was flying it, and it's flying really good, but then I crashed it and I broke an arm. I've been waiting for new arms. I just can't seem to find them anywhere. Yeah, she was disqualified because they had no proof that it was her flying. Son of a bitch, this ESC doesn't fit. Damn it. Well, that's a... Okay, well, back to the drawing board on that one. Oh, shit. No, this ESC is not going to work in this frame. I should have noticed this earlier. this extra bump out here for whatever that is. Arms won't lock in there. Dang it. Well, that's a bummer. I've got a Talon Gigawatt.
I had a feeling you'd come back and save me from all those lonely nights and heartbreaks. And I feel misplaced without you. Why don't we go back to? Why don't we go back to?
Yeah, that's. I mean, I miss wintertime and I miss the mild summers. Winters are kind of nice here. All right, well, I guess I'm putting a Talon Gigawatt on this thing. Frig. That's so annoying.
Why don't we go back to? Why don't we go back to your bedroom? I had a feeling you'd come back and save me from all my slip-ups and mistakes. And I'm just pointless without you. Why don't we go back to?
Southern Alabama is pretty miserable in the summertime. It's hot as hell, humid, there's gnats, and then just hurricane after hurricane after hurricane. I grew up never having to deal with hurricanes, just tornadoes. By the way, tornadoes are much more scary. I don't know. I miss living in the north. Well, that's really irritating about this ESC. Oh well. It is what it is. That's something about this hobby that I just cannot stand. It's just the non-standardness of everything. Everything is, it's just all over the place. Everything's just random. No standard whatsoever. I miss the Northern Michigan standard issue attire. Guys, it was a North Face shirt, or a North Face sweatshirt and jeans, and women it was Ugg boots and yoga pants and a North Face shirt or sweater. It's like copy print. Every copy paste. Every person wore the same shit. Although I don't miss having to cut wood all summer and burn wood all winter to heat the place. But I've never owned air conditioning or central air until I moved here my entire life. Jeez, it's like starting over here. Is a much smaller ESC than this guy. This thing's almost 30 by 30 footprint. Here's a 30 by 30. Here's the Acon. I mean, I probably should have noticed that. That thing's a beast. Beast of an ESC. Oh man, Subaru, that's like the state vehicle of Michigan. Everybody drives a Subaru. All right, let's try to break this ESC. Find a place to pry on it. That one's on there pretty good. Not much to pry on. Yeah, I'm getting rid of the heatsink. Let's see what you got going on there. Oh, cool, man! You got the fangs on your. You get your fangs in and on. Very nice. I just got my my fangs in today. This looks nice. Hopefully, don't need them. Very nice. Usually aren't all that hard to pry off. There's just not a good place to work against on this one. I feel like I'm going to hurt myself here in a second. we go. That wasn't as much weight savings as that Acon, but eh. Shit. 2.5 grams, yeah, not much. It's more or less, it's not so much weight savings I'm going for with this, it's reducing the stack size. Yeah, you can rent a one wheel. Sup rents. You can actually buy them from sup rents as well. They sell their used one wheels there. Pirates Island, you're building right now. What are you building? Frame would I recommend for a freestyle 5-inch HD? If you're using a full-size air unit, probably the best frame out there is the Apex. If you're going to use a Vista, I would say the Glide, just because of the weight savings more than anything. Fun fact about the Apex is it does have a warranty. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, that's why I put them on. I messed my shit up really good the first couple times I rode a pint. Of course, not my pint. I took one to I hit the ground hard face first. Subsequently came home immediately and bought one. Kind of weird. Broke a rib, or bruised a rib, broke my nose, broke my glasses, sunglasses. Came home and bought one because they're so much fun. But yeah, that's the kind of what the things are for. Yeah, so if I would have known that renting a one wheel was an option, I would have tried that at some point. But a friend of mine had just bought a pint, and that's where I was exposed to it for the first time, and really enjoyed it. I am liking the XR a lot more than the pint, though. Heck, I'm really enjoying my my homemade one wheel as well. That was a fun project. I feel like I was just doing this. Oh, this is the one? Yeah, that's it. I like this song. So I pay for Epidemic Sound, so I can use these songs royalty free. I'm kind of curious what happens if somebody else uses them that isn't paying for Epidemic Sound. Just attorneys jump out of a van somewhere. I'm building a Sting V2 Skyliner, a Nemesis Micro V2, and a Bandolero. Man, you got a lot going on. Show him your break. All right. This hurts to see every time I see it. There you go. Yeesh. Oh, man. No thanks. I don't want to break my collarbone. Not what I want to do. Obviously. Who wants to? Alright, so this ESC is going to fit. I guess I see now why that Acon was on clearance. Well, no, that's not fair. That might not be why. It won't go to waste. I'll definitely find something to throw it in. I'll probably end up putting in that in my glide build. I got a lot of excess components. I'm trying to balance into as many builds as I can. It's tough. There's not a lot of backing up because there's no consistency in anything. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, that is this hobby in a nutshell. Oh look, it fits. Awesome. Yeah, it fits. Awesome. It's weird that that's a problem. I am super excited about Tommy's 250 frame. I like that he's taking on the challenge of building a 250 gram quad that actually flies worth a damn. I definitely plan on going digital with that. Yeah, I kind of had the same issue. I built pretty tight. Oh, CID's got the prototype. Nice. CID ain't got that digital though. Probably building a sub 250 with with the frame and his motors would be probably not that difficult of a feat. The frames, the sub 250, the 250 frames got some quirks to it that I don't know. I kind of don't like. It's very proprietary as far as which motors are going to go on it. They got to be a 12 by 12 to make it actually look decent. It's gonna basically be his motors because the way he has them oriented on the frame, the motor wire basically has to come out like here, like in between the motor screw spots. So it's gonna have how did that go? The way the arms are, so it's only 2 screws and the motor wires come out in line. So basically where your motors typically have the wires coming out like this, motor wires are going to be coming out like, so lose these 2 motor holes. It's only 2, and these motor wires are going to come out right in the center here to kind of make it all line up with the arms. But, I mean, that's fine, but they are 12 by 12 mounting. There aren't a lot of 12 by 12 motors right now. I'm sure there'll be more and more as the 2004 size becomes more and more popular. I think the only thing I have right now that does 2004 or 12 by 12 mounting is the Cine Spore. What motors you got on that private island? Oh yeah, the pitting between the ESC and the flight controller. Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. That's exactly what I got going on in this guy here. This is working fine. I just don't like the pins between the ESC and the flight controller, and that doesn't have the option for breaking out the pins either. No, I wasn't counting the super chats for the super chat giveaways towards the shark bite stuff. Last song was this song is called "Don't Wanna Sleep" by Swift 7. Good song. I like it. Sorry to subject everybody to listening to the song again. I genuinely really enjoy it. And I don't really pay attention to the music too much while I'm doing the live streams. It's really quiet in my headset. Oh, no way, Boots. Dude, that's terrible, man. Quad Daddy, how you doing, man? Hope you're having a good evening. I got a feeling this is going to turn into my main race quad. provided the flight controller doesn't just spontaneously catch on fire, which, apparently that's kind of what they do when it comes to iFlight. Or not iFlight, damn, race flight. Race 1. Race flight, race flight. Yeah, just like before, just hit me up on Discord, and I'll send it over to you. Really hope we don't get snowed out for our race next weekend. Excited to go see all my drone friends. We have our first 2021 multi-GP race event next Saturday. Looking forward to it. It's been a while. Yeah, if we get snowed out, we get snowed out. It's not the end of the world. We've had a couple races where we've all met up to go race, and we got weathered out. Everybody showed up. You end up with 10 points, just for showing up and coming out. But I haven't seen any of those guys in quite a while. I had some people over to go race at my place at kind of the beginning of all the quarantine lockdown type crap. I got some space here. If you've seen some of my videos, I got pretty good sized pasture. I've got a bunch of gates here to go make like a little makeshift race course out in the horse pasture. It's something, but I see my friends. That's the first, being in the military, move around a lot. This is the first time I've actually made like friends outside of my work circle, and it's all through racing. So it's been fun. I'll be sad the day I have to transfer out, go somewhere else. No, she didn't get accepted into Harvard, which is fine. We weren't super upset about that. She got an interview with Chicago Booth and Chicago Keller, and with Scheller in Atlanta. This is the 3 schools she got some responses from, which Booth is actually, I think, the number 3 business school in America right now. So she's kind of excited about that. My family's all in Michigan, so is hers. So if we need help with for the kid and whatnot, it's not too far. It's like a 4-hour drive, so it's nothing crazy. Colin, Canadian stuff. Okay. Well, certainly not my best soldering job, but she will be good enough, I believe. Someday, man, someday. One of these days, I'd love to go to like Rampage or something like that. Obviously, this year's that ain't gonna work. Things are too stupid in the world right now. All right, folks, what do you think? Smoke, no smoke. Smoke, no smoke. Here we go. Good. I always like to check as I build, because nothing's worse than getting your quad completely built and it going up in flames and no one knows why. So, no loop? No, I use the loop. Always use the loop. No, I definitely use the jeweler's loop for every build I do. I find that to be just as effective as just as good as using a multimeter. All right, so I do have a Talon F7. This is one of the most annoying, difficult flight controllers I have ever soldered up in my entire life. And this flight controller is just riddled with errors with the stock firmware. But that's not what I plan on using. I plan on using this, the Flight 1 Lightning H7. Kind of excited about this one. Where do you get a jeweler's loop? Well, Amazon's got everything. Let me get you a link. Here is a link to a very good one. Frame, it's the Pyro Cube. Yeah, Amazon has been pretty awesome. Say what you want about the company and Bezos and all that shit, but you know what? Did a good job. There's a reason he's where he's at. All right, so I'm almost thinking I should probably plug this in before I even bother wearing it up, because this has been, I see a lot of posts of these things just going tits up on the first plug-in. Let's see if I figure it will even recognize it. Huh, all right, well that looks kind of messed up. Let's try it again. There we go, recognize it. Wow, Willy Lightning. Update the firmware. Let's go and update this guy. Well, it's a good sign that it didn't catch on fire already. So, that is great. Pretty cool flight controller. Get that thing in focus there. Pretty cool. I like to buy from drone stores as well. There just aren't any drone stores where I'm at. There's Hobby Town, but the guys at my Hobby Town are complete assholes. If you're in there, only thing they want to do is sell you a wing or a Spectrum radio. As soon as you mention drones, they literally walk away from you. They have a Detroit multi-rotor bullpup frame that's been there for 2 years, and they're asking like, it's a complete build. They're asking like $500 for it. I mean, it's got old Simon K ESCs on and shit. I mean, it is ancient. I don't like doing this. This doesn't feel right. Falco X is just supposed to fly better. I have Falco X on one of my 533 tiny trainers, and I feel like it does fly better. This is kind of an experiment. Just wanted to give it a try. Oh, hey, today's officially my birthday. Just turned 39. Yep, they sell, that's basically all they sell is model airplanes and trains. And rockets. I haven't been in there since before the quarantine, so man, maybe, shit, they might not be open anymore for all I know. They do have a was a 1/16 scale oval track behind the building there. We're doing like dirt tracking. We still have a Radio Shack, believe it or not, and it is one of my favorite stores to go in because it's like they bought up stock of every Radio Shack in the state that was going down. Eric Allen, I've never conformal coated. Do I need silicone? Yes, it's the MG Chemicals 422B. Where's it at? Yeah, 422B, this stuff here. And get that and a good UV light. Hey, it starts. Thanks a lot, buddy. I really appreciate that. And I most certainly will. Thank you very much. I'll add that to the list here. Go. Got that fixed up. No, man, we still got a Radio Shack. Absolutely do. Look at that right there. Radio Shack. Still got one. It's legit, dude. It is an actual Radio Shack. Oh man, I love the smell of that conformal coating. Must have methyl ethyl ketone in it, which I also enjoy the smell of. As a warning, please make sure you visit our website, iFlight1, read the manual. Don't solder jumpers without removing the resistors. What on earth does that mean? Nah, I can't do that. I wish I would have gotten the one with pads and not pins. I thought I did order the one with pads and not pins. Maybe I ordered whatever was first available, actually. Jeez. Ew, that's kind of annoying. I don't have a plug for the ESC plug. I don't know if this is going to work. I mean, it could work. I just have to do a lot more finagling here. Well, that's getting annoying. Nothing's really working out together. It'll be easy. This thing better fly off. All right, Nightarian, we'll see you around, buddy. Yeah, this is gonna take a little bit more work than I'm willing to put in for the rest of the night here. Favorite beer. Let's see. I do like. Let's see. Favorite beer. My go-to beer, if I have a choice, is typically PBR. I know it's a sad choice that most of you might find. I do like PBR. I've always liked it. I've liked it since I was 21. PBR, I do like a lot of the stouts. There's a Stone IPA that I do kind of like. I don't really like super heavy IPAs. Friggin' hick. You're not far off. Yuengling, I like Yuengling. Growing up in Michigan, Yuengling was not available. It still is not available. Anytime anybody went down to Ohio, it was job one to mule back several cases of Yuengling for everybody. I like Fat Tire, again, another beer that we were just never able to get a hold of. No, I don't know if we have night shift in this area. I've not heard of it, but honestly, I don't get out and drink too often. I've been doing a lot of mixed drinks lately. Moscow Mules, me and the wife have been hitting those pretty hard. Moscow Mules, and then I've been making old fashions with Screwball peanut butter whiskey, which that stuff is dangerous. It's Yuengling and Fat Tire. I'm a little behind the times. Trying to think of like the last good. I've had a couple beers at a bar here not too long ago. I just can't remember the name of them. They were pretty good. Please do. I'll take you up on that one for sure. I will definitely take you up on that offer. Yeah, I've had a lot of really, really shitty IPAs. I like a lot of Bell's products. Hop Slam was my go-to thing for a while. Two Hearted. Oberon has always been another go-to for me if it's available. Blue Moon's not bad, but it seems like every bar I go to that has Blue Moon, they don't have oranges, so it's like, you know, what the fuck? Why bother? Why even say you have it? Anyways, I think I'm gonna close up this this little project for tonight. I'll dig back into this tomorrow when I've gathered up some more bits and pieces to try to make up an ESC cable. Molson and Labatt's. Those were my two favorite growing up. Hey man, at least I didn't say like Milwaukee's best. Get a 30 rack of the Beast for $9.95. Rob Logan, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I had some machining work done by a guy at a machine shop where I used to live. Him and his buddy did it kind of on the side, and it was some pretty heavy work they did. And when they called me, they said, "Hey, it was done." I'm like, "Oh yeah, cool. How much I owe you?" He's like, "I'll take a case of Natty Light. My buddy wants a case of Milwaukee's Best." Just like, really? I bought them like 3 cases each. It set me back like $12. Of course, that was like 2002 maybe. All right, folks, I'm gonna get on out of here. It's getting late, and I'm kind of done working on this for now. But I'll probably spark this whole thing up again when I start working on it again, just to shoot the shit and say hi. All right, folks, we will see you later. Stay safe.